Okay. Now, you may experience some problems when you get to the 3 ball stage, and most of the problems occur when you forget that square, that sheet of glass that the balls have got to go in that plane. So if you're actually throwing from one hand to the other and you're throwing one further forward, then you have to reach forward and catch it. So throwing it forward means that you're going to be walking forward, and it's what we call sprint juggling. You're going to be walking around the room following the juggling balls, because each ball that's thrown forward means your next throw has to throw forward as well. Similarly, if you're throwing too far back, like that, you're throwing back into yourself. Then you're going to get problems by not being able to catch the ball nice and cleanly. You're going to have to move your hand back, which means your next throw is going to be from behind you, which is going to make the pattern outside that juggling space. Another problem that you might have is you're throwing too early. So instead of having a nice, easy, relaxed juggling pattern where the balls, and you've got plenty of time to throw, you're going to be throwing too early and not waiting for the right rhythm and the ball to come back into your hand. Another problem you might have is, again, not waiting for the ball to land in your hand, but lifting your hand up to catch the ball and not keeping your hands back down beside you. So it's important that you keep your hands down beside you in that stance that we said. Okay, one of the problems people find is that they don't seem to have time to throw the 3rd ball. So that when they go 1, 2, and they go to throw the 3rd ball and they can't, they don't seem to have time to do it. So again, count it out loud so your brain tells your hand when to release that 3rd ball. So it's 1, 2, then you want to throw that 3rd ball if you haven't said 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then stop. What you can do if you feel that you really can't get, or you can't get into your head the 3 ball pattern, is to throw the balls in the air without catching them. So ideally, you want to throw them 1, 2, 3, maintain that rhythm, but don't worry about catching the balls. So it's 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you might find that the balls collide in the air and you're left with an empty hand. If the balls do collide, it's mainly because you're either throwing too early and the balls are colliding in mid-air, or if we go back to 2 balls, you'll find that when you're throwing the first ball, when it's going to the top, the second ball may be not going underneath the first ball, but it's going over the top. So it's 1, 2, like that. 1. See, the red ball is going above the first ball, that's the orange ball, whereas it should be going underneath and going over to the other side. Now, that's a trick which we can show you later, but as far as the 3 ball cascade, it can cause you problems with balls colliding.